Welcome to Ynot on the PCT.
So do you consider this a road walk?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, it's 5:30 on Sunday, July 17th. Walked out of I-5 just south of Shasta today, and the day has mostly been like this, uphill through a lot of forest, lots of shade at least. So there's one spot that was exposed, but most of it has been shady. Got up to about 90 during the middle of the day, getting a little bit cooler now. I was wearing my bug net this morning and lost it because I flipped it up on the top of my hat, and then next thing I knew it was gone. So Carrie drove out, actually got another one, met me at a dirt road that crossed the trail, got there like 10 minutes before I did with that for me, but also had tape to tape my my left kind of ankle and lower shin where it's been hurting some, because the physio that I worked with gave us some advice on taping. So that was wonderful. And she also had popsicles and cookies. It was really wonderful. This is day 11, Monday the something of July. I've been walking for about 3 hours, a little more. I started just after 6. And I was gonna film earlier actually, but there was just non-stop people. There were so many people coming the other way. This is feeling very much like my childhood, kind of like California. Down lower, there's like all this kind of oak, and then you have these dry pines, and just kind of the whole thing just feels very, it's feeling very familiar. Started walking early because kind of every day is like every other day weather-wise here. So that means that the rhythm of the day ends up being about the same. And the more miles I can get in the morning when it's cool, the better. So just kind of cruising along. My foot's feeling much better. And went mostly down for the first couple hours of the day, and it's basically uphill essentially all day, but it looks like it's going to be a PCT uphill, which means it's just kind of gradual like this, which is not bad at all. Basically alternating between green tunnel and brown tunnel. This is more or less green tunnel, and then you get to where there's no vegetation but just trees, and it's more of a brown tunnel. The green tunnel is a little bit prettier, but sometimes the vegetation's grown over the trail, so it's going to be a tiny bit slower. This is a stretch of a little bit more brown tunnel where it's green up above, but there's really no vegetation along the trail. And so, like, especially if you're from the East Coast, you'd think that calling this a green tunnel would not feel quite right. Okay, for water. I'm getting water now at a little creek. This is Pacific U Creek, which is actually fairly nice for a lot of the places that I've gotten water from. I used a bag that is really nice because it has this wide opening, which makes it easy to fill in places where there's not a lot of water. So I just go like this, kind of dip and fill. And then what I do is you put the top over and you put that green thing over the top. Actually, that blue thing over the green top. But what that does is that that closes it up. Then I'm going to attach the filter to the other side. Then I screw the water bottle into the filter. Just got water at Gold Creek here, which is actually like about a quarter of a mile walk off the trail. But this is the last spot that there's water for today. Another deer that's not very scared. Oh, this is the trail. It's been getting more and more overgrown to now where it's completely overgrown. So, very slow. And it's out in the direct sun, but it's not feeling quite so hot today, so the direct sun is not quite so painful. So that's what I'm doing now, moving very slowly. Got walking super early this morning, so I've been walking for a few minutes and the sun is still just coming up. I have Shasta over here to my left in this beautiful light. It's like the morning alpenglow, or even just pretty morning alpenglow. And as I come down into some of the little just depressions, it's a little cooler, which is nice, because when I got up in my tent, it didn't really even feel very cool even this morning. But hopefully, being up so early, I can get a lot of miles in. I started walking at like 5:20 or something, so I can hopefully get a lot of miles in before it gets hot. It's pretty overgrown. Back there, it was a couple minutes ago, it was more overgrown, but this isn't that bad. At least been walking through forest like this for just 5 minutes or so, but trying to figure out why so much of it this morning and yesterday was just completely overgrown and all this underbrush and so thick with that, and then all of a sudden here there's just trees and there's no underbrush at all, and it doesn't feel like anything has changed, but somehow the landscape is just different. There's just no underbrush here. Big question for this morning. It's day 13, I think it's Wednesday. Got up Started walking in the early light. I only have just under 9 miles to go until Carrie picks me up. So it'll be almost a day off because she's supposed to pick me up at 9. So I'll have most of the day just to relax. Things are going really well other than my left foot and ankle. The foot's swollen now. It's not hurting much, but it's clearly something wrong because the foot's swollen a little bit. The ankle is swollen. So that is concerning. Other than that, I'm feeling good. It was warm last night. It never really got cold. I was sleeping basically on top of the sleeping pad, just in shorts and t-shirt, and kind of pulled the sleeping bag over me a little in the middle of the night, but basically it just never got cool at all, and it doesn't really feel cool this morning. The next few days are a little lower altitude, so I think they could be even more challenging in the heat. But that'll worry about them when they come. Right now I can just think about a morning walk all done before it gets warm and then a day off. I'm walking 7.5 miles more than intended today so that I get picked up at like the state highway instead of Burney Falls State Park, which means now that I'm walking through this hot, exposed kind of scrub land, but it'll make things easier in the next several days. So we decided this is better, so I'm gonna get there about noon, and so I have to hike till noon instead of just 9 in the morning.
This is the bridge across the dam at Lake Britain that is under construction. There is an air horn and a sign to blow it to get a security guard escort over the bridge for liability purposes. As Tony approached, a hiker was coming off from the other direction and said he had blown the horn, but no one was around. When Tony got to the air horn, he saw the security guy drive up and just hollered at him, figuring the horn would scare him. It was the security guy's first day, and he wasn't sure what he was supposed to do, but he escorted Tony across, and Tony explained to him that most of the hikers would be coming from the other direction.
I think we just saw rattlesnake number 2. Well, this one had white bands on it. I don't think he was going across the trail, went out there, so I can't see where it is. And we're not gonna go look for it. But okay, that's a little reminder to keep my eyes open here.